Well, hi, and a very warm welcome to you from the port of Felixstowe. My name is Chris. We're here at Felixstowe Viewpoint this morning, just having a look at a new ship that's arrived this morning. It's the MSC Erica, and MSC Erica. I see. I've just done something deeply stupid, but nothing changes. And MSC Erica has just arrived in port this morning. Sadly, we weren't here to catch her arriving, but we did a little tiny live piece, as you may have seen, as she actually dropped her first lines off. And we'll just stay and have a little look at her while we just go over the story as we've seen it. Interesting one at the moment, because let's just find the bit that I wanted to show you. There we go. Yeah. And from my point of view this morning, we had a load of stories yesterday about ships not arriving, not coming in, and the port is going to be in death and destruction. That is ever quite often the press stories that we get, to a degree, including mine as well. I have to say, we sometimes look at the port and say, what on earth is happening? But what seems to have happened this morning is that MSC Erica has rolled in, and MSC Erica did get through the Suez Canal immediately after Ever Given was released. We've got her voyage record here, which is on the screen for you now, and it shows that she arrived, or she left Colombo on the 17th of March, arrived at the Suez Canal on the 30th of March, and virtually went straight through. Good morning, young John Hart. How are you? And there's my good friend John Hart, who's actually here today. Are you well and keeping well? You're back to work then? Excellent. I'm very happy to see you here. That's our friend John Hart, who comes down voluntarily, no charge at all, and keeps this area around here spotless, to be honest with you. He hasn't been able to come down because of lockdown, and but he's back down here now. Anyway, back to the story. So as you can see, the mighty MSC Erica went through the Suez Canal on the 30th of March, a day or two after Ever Given was released and got out. So it's an interesting one. It was said at the time that the Suez Canal Authority was actually passing container ships through as a matter of urgency, and it looked as if they certainly did so in the case of MSC Erica. It does mean that there are two ultra-large container ships alongside in the port of Felixstowe right now today, and that's the MSC Erica herself and the Manila Maersk down at the other end of the Trinity terminal at Berth 7. She came along last night, and we'll show some video of Manila Maersk coming alongside last night later today on Felixstowe Live. I'm not doing well in the morning, I have to tell you. Okay, let's just get back to the picture of the ship. If I can work out where to press. There we go. And there's a picture of the ship. And as you can see, she's got her springs ashore, or a spring ashore, and she's now tightening up, I think, on the first of her bow ropes. So she'll have probably 4 or 5 and 2. And at that point, she'll be able to start working her cargo. So there you have it. So let's get this straight in our minds where the ships came from. The first ship that rolled in last night was Manila Maersk, 400 meter Triple E class, and this morning 400 meter MSC Erica. Manila Maersk came from the near continent because she actually came through the Suez Canal, according to the data we have, on the 20th of March, before the Ever Given went aground, and MSC Erica came through on the 30th of March, immediately after the Ever Given was released. So it's an interesting one, isn't it? People saying, oh, the port's going to be dead forever is wrong. They've got two very large ships into it. We don't know what other shipping is coming there, because although there are ships mentioned on the port schedule, it's possible that others may come here because at the moment the major shipping lines are rejigging their schedules like anything. Don't forget they have got some ships coming around the Cape of Good Hope, and they'll be here pretty shortly, actually, in the next 2 or 3 days. And of course, there will also be a flood of ships that have been released from the Suez Canal, come through the Suez Canal. So there will be a big influx, and where they go and when they go where will depend on the shipping lines and what those lines arrangements those lines can make with the ports. Excuse me. It has been said in many instances that many of the ports will actually refuse to take cargoes or boxes for other ports for fear of becoming congested on the land side with cargo waiting to be reshipped elsewhere. One of the things that's been said in the past is that it may be the case that ships will be asked, or sorry, that ports will be asked to actually unload cargo that's not for them to be later feeded on, and that's been possibly going to happen for us here in the UK. But in fact, the ports on the continent are not at all keen to do that. They'll probably refuse to take cargo for UK ports, thus forcing the big ships to actually come here again. Who knows? We will see what happens. Don't forget, the one thing about the shipping industry is that it is able to flex and move about. The shipping lines can change where their cargoes are destined to go. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Okay, so we're going to leave the MSC Erica alongside berth 9 at Felixstowe, just making her lines fast. And we'll say thank you for watching this little clip, and I hope we'll see you later today. Take care, mind how you go, and don't overdo things. Stay safe. Okay, I'm Chris, this is Felixstowe Live, and we'll see you again very soon.